Shallow all, Stacy the Black Feather Intuitive. Welcome to a weekly winged oracle reading for the week of March 2nd. Happy March. Can't believe we are already here. I am choosing a new deck today, a new tarot deck that I am absolutely in love with. It's called the Enchanted Dreams, and it's by Yasmeen something. I will get that in post-edit to let you know what her last name is, but it's just an amazing deck. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. So let's call in all the archangels, ascended masters, light beings, highest guides, creature teachers, loved ones in spirit, elementals. Come on into this space. Give us the clarity and guidance that we all need to know how to make this week rock. So let's see which, oh, there's the card. The card is making itself known. So we've got, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is all about ruin. But don't panic here. Sword energy is the realm of the mind, thoughts. And so the image that's coming up here, the message that's coming through is don't let your thoughts ruin your day. Don't let your thoughts ruin what you've got coming up for you. I feel like there's a lot of energy, a lot of enthusiasm around this week and the things that we are going to be presented with. There's a certain excitement that I feel coming up for us this week, all of us this week. Maybe it's the spring, maybe it's the fact that it is March and we know that we're through the worst of it. But I feel like there's this overall energy of enthusiasm about life, enthusiasm about moving forward. So when we're looking at the Ten of Swords, it can be kind of a violent card because all of a sudden she's like stabbed in the back with all these swords. But what this is meaning is our mind, our monkey mind, can get in the way of our happiness, our joy, our enthusiasm. And it's all in the realm of the mind. So this week, you want to really be paying attention to and focusing on what your thoughts are doing to your body, what your thoughts are doing to your heart, what your thoughts are doing to your inspirations, any inspirations that you have. Are your thoughts helping you or are they hindering you? I talk about this a lot. Swords, in terms of thoughts, swords can be tools or they can be weapons. So in terms of your thoughts, are your thoughts working for you or against you? And that's the big message this week, is paying attention to your thoughts. Are they helping you to get where it is that you want to go? Or are they forcing you to not step into this enthusiasm, this riding this wave of excitement that's coming through this week that you can absolutely take advantage of? Are they helping you or are they hindering you? Also, 10 energy. Let's talk about the energy of 10 in the tarot. It's all about endings and new beginnings based on an already established foundation. So I'm getting a sense here that for all of us this week, there's the potential for a new thought, a new way of thinking, a new approach. I'm definitely hearing work-related stuff. Try taking a new approach to the things that you are doing. Now, if it's not broke, don't fix it. If your system or your process is running like a well-oiled machine and it's good for you, it's happy for you, that's awesome. Maintain that. Maybe the shift for you will come in how you're approaching your day. Are you enthusiastic about what you have to offer? Are you enthusiastic about going in for the day and doing a job well done? If you've lost some enthusiasm, that's where you want to build something new on an already established foundation. Maybe it's wearing different clothes when you come into work if clothes make you feel good. Maybe it's trying a new soundtrack that you're listening to while you're doing your work. Maybe it's adding a touch of color or a splash to your desk. It can be anything. Now, if it is projects and work situation, what I'm feeling here is you want to be looking at your projects from a different perspective. You want to be looking at your tasks in a way that says, how can I make it better? How can I do this more efficiently? Or how can I do this in a way that's going to bring me a little more joy? because again, it is about riding that enthusiastic wave. 10 energy is really 1, it's about beginnings, but again, it is based on an already established foundation. So the good news is you don't have to start from scratch. This is already having that solid base from which you can grow something new. So I want you thinking creatively this week. It's all about, how can I be creative? What kind of creative approach can I take to everything I do? If we're not talking about work, and let's talk about relationships, I feel like it's really about being enthusiastic about sharing time with your partner, being enthusiastic about sharing time with your family, having quality time with your kids, if you have kids, if you have fur babies, having quality time with them, being present and focused and in the moment and not being in your head. So look at this week and see what you can create that is going to be more in alignment with where you want to be, or what you can create with this wave of enthusiasm that I feel is going to be spreading across the globe. Gosh, we really need some enthusiasm, especially after a winter. It's nice to have that spring-like feeling, and maybe that's just the energy that's coming through, but I'm definitely feeling that. Also in this picture, there is a sailboat, and I feel like the sailboat is riding on the wind, and what it's doing is it's going east. So the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. I want to say to you, if it's heading east in the easterly direction, it's all about sunrises, new beginnings, a new day, a fresh start. I also want to say to you, any decisions that you've made up to this point that you're not happy about, that haven't turned out the way that you want them to, now is the perfect time to shift your focus and make a different choice. We always can choose something different. It's never about mistakes. It's about making a choice, having an experience, and then learning from that experience. If something positive and happy came out of it, awesome. Then you've learned that you're going to do it again. If something not so positive, something a little more on the negative side came out of it, then great. You've learned that, okay, the next time this opportunity comes up, either I'm not going to take it because it's not my thing, or I'm going to do it a little bit differently so that I can bring that joy into my world. So definitely some new beginnings based on an already established foundation. Think of the sunrise. This week it's all about sunrise energy, fresh start, new beginnings, and believing in yourself. That's a really interesting message to pop through like that, believing in yourself. Also, one more thing about this card, there are a whole bunch of dragonflies. And this is exactly what I was kind of talking about in terms of, if you don't like where you're going, make a different choice and shift your direction. Dragonflies can literally shift direction on a dime. They split second, and they fly fast. They can hover, but they can also fly fast. But all they have to do is change their mind, and they've changed direction. So think of yourself like the dragonfly. Embrace that dragonfly energy. If there's anything in your life, anything in your world that you're not liking the direction it's going, you can literally make that split second choice to shift your direction and focus. And the magic happens. Everything changes in a positive way. So be open to changes if that's what you're feeling is necessary. All right, and I am feeling, for our Oracle deck today, I'm feeling Sacred Rebel Oracle from Alana Fairchild. Now, I have not used this deck, I don't believe, with you guys ever at all. I tend to save my Alana Fairchild decks for myself because she writes novels in them, and there's no way for me to second guess the message for myself. That's just something for me. I can read for all you all day long and get stuff, but when it comes to my own thing, it doesn't always work so well. But this one really called to me this morning. So let's check out the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck and see what we've got. Ooh, shock of the new. So what I'm feeling here is this week, we really need to have that solid foundation where we're stepping into beginnings, because there is going to be newness coming through. Again, I told you I felt that feeling of enthusiasm, that wave of enthusiasm that's coming through. And with that enthusiasm comes the new. Now, it's interesting that the word here is shock. shock and awe. It's powerful. It's quick. It's intense sometimes. And I'm feeling like that's exactly what it's going to be. And I just heard that you want to get on this wave when it comes to you. You want to make a split-second decision to get on the wave because it's going to come and go. And if you don't catch it when you've got the opportunity to, off it goes and you've missed that opportunity. So shock of the new. Yes, it's a bit shocking, but jump into it, dive into it. It's going to happen quickly. Dive into it if it's the choice you want to make. The newness is necessary. We need a shift. Just like, again, talking about the seasons, just like, wrapping up, coming to a close on February, on the winter season and up closing on February as well, and stepping into March, already our brains are programmed to think spring, to think newness. We need the new. We need that shift up every couple of months, every 3 months. We need that newness in order to keep us fresh, to keep us from getting stuck. So even though it says shock of the new, and sometimes, shock can be a bit scary or a bit jarring, in this case, this week, it's not scary or jarring at all. It's more of a, hey, wake up call. When this new change comes through, you want to jump on this bandwagon. You want to get on it. You want a piece of this. You do not want it to pass you by. Also, there's really a lot of emphasis here on the throat chakra in this card. And I want to say to you, communication is key this week with loved ones, specifically with younger family members. So this can be children, this can be peers, this can be teenagers, this can be people in their 20s, I would say. It's the youth or people who are young at heart. Communication is key, and I feel like I want to say to everyone, take time to stop after you've made this quick reaction to dive into this and grasp onto this new wave. You want to then allow yourself to ride the wave. Take that step back and be conscious of the words you choose. Be conscious of your form of communication. Be conscious of the form that communication takes. I feel there's going to be a challenge out there for most of us to really pay attention to how we are communicating with people out there, specifically younger people or people that are younger than you, or the youth. We need to show others how we wish to be treated, and that includes how we wish to be spoken to. And so you need to be that shining example all the time. So pay attention. I feel like we're all going to be given an opportunity, a challenge of sorts, to really say, is this the right way I want to be saying this? Is the way that I'm about to say this actually getting across my point? Is it conveying the message? Is it conveying my heartfelt message? And if it's not, take a step back, rewrite it before you speak it. Think before you speak. If it's not kind and loving and actually going to help things move forward, don't say it. It's not worth your time. Interesting. So lots of activity with the throat chakra. Communication is key. Don't be afraid to change your style of communication if you feel that that's what is necessary. One more thing I'm noticing here, there's a lot of music keys, music notes. So shock of the new, chords and discordant versus harmonious. When you're speaking, make sure that your words are harmonious with your message, are harmonious with your heartfelt space, rather than discordant. Let's avoid discordant. Sometimes we need the discord in order to really be able to appreciate the balance that we have, or the harmonious sounds. It is a contrast, there is a balance there, but this week, I don't feel like it's the time for us to have that discord. I feel like whenever you are discordant, or that's you're ready to lash out because somebody has said something inappropriate, you want to step more into that, okay, how can I say this in a more harmonious way? Allow my words, allow the appropriate energy to flow on my words so that the message that is received is harmonious to both your growth and mine, to both your success and mine. So think of the discordant chords versus harmonious chords. That's what we're looking for this week. Okay, let's pick a feather. We've got dance your story. So when we're talking about this week and dancing your story, how interesting that we have music and now we've got the dance your story. It really feels like, again, I'm drawn to the dragonflies, the shifting on a dime, you know, being able to be flexible and move if the choice isn't the right call for you to make. You want to be able to be flexible. You want to be able to dance. And when you're dancing, shaking your moneymaker, it's not always following steps. It's about improv. It's about being able to be in flow and be in the moment. So you want to be able to dance. You want to be able to have that flexibility of movement, especially when you are communicating with others this week. Dance your story. So make sure that the story that you're telling yourself, the story that you're sharing with others, is the right story that you want to convey, and make sure that it's coming from the heart. Pink feather, unconditional love. If you're stuck, this is something that I use all the time for myself. I hate confrontation. So, you know, life sometimes presents you with confrontation, opportunities to explore that. So whenever I'm in that situation and I don't really know what to say, I call on the dream team and I'm like, all right, listen, speak through me, because I don't know what to say, and I'm afraid that my heartfelt wishes are not going to be received well. I'm worried that I'm gonna step on my own tongue. I'm worried that I'm gonna say the wrong thing. So allow me to be that open channel and speak through me the words of my heart so that the highest and best of all involved can be honored. And then take action, dance, and dance with confidence. Have fun. We talk about the wave of enthusiasm that I'm feeling. Dancing, the physical act of dancing, is a release of energy. So release anything that you're hanging on to that doesn't make sense for you anymore, and just go with the heart. What is it that I'm really trying to say with my heart? And allow that to be shared, spoken, and allow that to be the action step that you're taking, shifting up the energy so that the highest and best of all involved is honored. That's it for our reading this week, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. If you like what you see here, feel free to like, subscribe, and click the bell on my YouTube channel. Also, share this video with anybody. I always say share the love by sharing the video to anyone that you feel could use this type of guidance. Also, if this is something you really enjoy every week and you'd like to know what your personal weekly reading is, I do offer a service called the Winged Wisdom Oracle Reading. It comes in a 1 week, a 1 month, and a subscription package. And the people who do it absolutely love it. And I love doing it for everyone. Getting just kind of a tune in for the week so you know what you've got coming down the pipes. Thanks so much, guys. Take care and have a great, fabulous, awesome, amazing week.